Have you ever walked into a place and felt like nobody noticed you? While other men walk in and everyone turns to look, you pass by unnoticed as if you were invisible. You see how some have that presence that makes people go quiet when they speak, that gets them respected without even raising their voice, while you have to work twice as hard just to get heard. You mentally prepare yourself before entering a meeting, rehearse what you're going to say, but when the moment comes, you feel like your body betrays you. Your voice doesn't come out with the strength you wanted, your hands don't know where to go, and you end up feeling like you projected weakness instead of authority. And the worst part is, this is costing you dearly. Opportunities slipping away, respect that never comes, relationships that don't progress because people simply don't see you as someone who deserves to be in certain spaces. But there's something you need to understand. Your body is talking all the time. It's communicating who you are before you open your mouth. And if you don't control that language, if you don't learn to master the way you move, stand and behave, you'll keep being ignored no matter how hard you try with words. Now, before we continue, let me be clear with you. This is not a video to entertain you with flashy images or edits that sparkle on the screen. It was created to teach you something that can completely change the way people perceive you, but only if you pay attention to what you're about to hear. We're not going to waste time with unnecessary visual distractions because the real value is in the knowledge I'm going to share with you. This is content for men who want real development, not for those just looking to pass time. So if you came here seeking real evolution, stay and listen to every word, because what follows can transform your presence forever. I've studied for years how men like Thomas Shelby build that kind of presence that intimidates without violence, that communicates power without saying a single word. And something I discovered is that most men are completely disconnected from their own body. They talk, gesture, move in ways that scream insecurity, nervousness, need for approval. And the problem isn't just that they project weakness, it's that they're not even aware of it. They believe that by using the right words, by being kind or intelligent, they'll earn respect. But the reality is that people judge you in less than 3 seconds. And that judgment isn't based on what you say. It's based on how you look, how you move, how you occupy space. Thomas Shelby understands this at an instinctive level. Every movement he makes is deliberate, calculated, designed to communicate absolute control. He doesn't gesture nervously, doesn't fill silences with empty words, doesn't seek validation in others' glances. His body communicates one thing: I'm dangerous, I'm powerful, and I don't need to prove it to you because you already know. And that ability to project silent authority is something any man can learn if he's willing to study the right principles and apply them with discipline. That's why today I'm going to share with you the 5 fundamental rules of body language that men like Thomas Shelby master. The same rules that separate leaders from followers, the respected from the ignored. The first rule is economy of movement. Weak men move too much. They gesture excessively, constantly change posture, touch their face, adjust their clothes, cross and uncross their arms. Every unnecessary movement communicates nervousness, insecurity, lack of control. It's like their body is screaming, I don't know what to do with myself. I'm not comfortable here. I need your approval. Thomas Shelby, on the other hand, moves as if every gesture costs valuable energy. And he only spends that energy when it has a clear purpose. When he walks, he does it with firm and deliberate steps. When he's sitting, he remains still, like a marble statue. He doesn't make unnecessary gestures with his hands, doesn't move his head around looking for reactions. His stillness communicates confidence, control, contained danger. It's the stillness of the lion before attacking, the shooter before firing, the strategist before executing his plan. And you can apply this immediately. Next time you're in a conversation, in a meeting, in any social interaction, ask yourself, how many of my movements are really necessary? Eliminate everything that doesn't add value. Don't touch your face. Don't adjust your clothes every 5 seconds. Don't change posture because you feel uncomfortable. Learn to be still, to occupy space with presence rather than with movement. This doesn't mean you should be rigid like a robot. It means that every gesture must have intention, purpose, control. And when you master this, when you achieve that economy of movement, people start to perceive you differently. Unconsciously, they register that you're not seeking their approval, that you're not nervous, that you have control over yourself. And that silent control is the foundation of all real respect. The second rule is sustained eye contact. Most men are afraid to hold the gaze. They look in the eyes for a second and look away. Look at the floor when they walk. Avoid direct eye contact because unconsciously they fear the challenge, the confrontation, the judgment they might find in the other's eyes. But powerful men hold the gaze effortlessly. It's not that they're trying to intimidate, although that can be the effect. It's that they simply have no fear. Thomas Shelby looks at people as if he could see through them, as if he were evaluating every thought, every intention, every weakness. And most importantly, he doesn't look away first. That's basic dominant psychology. In any interaction, whoever looks away first is ceding power, is communicating submission. It doesn't have to be conscious, but the reptilian brain of both people registers that exchange. That's why, when you study natural leaders, men who have real presence, you'll notice they all share this characteristic. They hold the gaze longer than is socially comfortable. Not aggressively, but calmly, with control, with the security of someone who has nothing to fear and nothing to hide. Now, this doesn't mean you should stare at people like a psychopath. Eye contact should be firm, but natural. When you talk to someone, maintain the gaze on their eyes 80% of the time. When you walk down the street, look ahead, not at the floor. When you enter a place, scan the environment with your gaze, not with nervous head movements. And most importantly, practice not looking away first in conversations, especially when there's tension. That fraction of a second when you hold the gaze when the other person expects you to look away is where it's defined who has control. And when you start to master this, when your eye contact becomes natural and sustained, you're going to notice something fascinating. People respect you more, listen to you with more attention, perceive you as someone who has real power. The third rule is strategic occupation of space. Insecure men make themselves small. They hunch their shoulders, cross their arms defensively, occupy the least possible space as if apologizing for existing. It's a victim posture of someone who doesn't feel worthy of being there. Thomas Shelby, on the contrary, occupies space as if it belonged to him. When he sits, his arms rest open on the backrest. His legs are separated in a stable posture. His back is straight but relaxed. He's not tensed trying to appear bigger. He simply exists in the space with total right and naturalness. This is the difference between presence and acting. Weak men act like they have confidence, tense their muscles, force postures that aren't natural. Powerful men simply occupy space because they have no doubt they deserve to be there. And this applies in all contexts. When you're standing, keep your feet separated at shoulder width, back straight without being rigid, shoulders back but without forcing them. When you're sitting, don't hunch over, don't cross your arms over your chest, don't make yourself small. Support your back on the chair, let your arms rest naturally, occupy the space you need without asking permission. When you walk, do it with firm, deliberate steps, as if every place you go is because you decided to go, not because they allowed you to enter. This isn't arrogance, it's presence. It's the difference between entering a place apologizing for occupying oxygen and entering with the silent certainty that you have every right to be there. And when you start to occupy space this way, something interesting happens. People instinctively give you more space, more respect, more attention. Because at a subconscious level, they're registering that you behave like someone who has value, like someone who deserves to be taken seriously. The fourth rule is control of speed and rhythm. Nervous men move fast. They talk fast, gesture fast, walk fast, respond fast. It's as if they're in a hurry to end the interaction, to escape the discomfort, to fill every silence with something, anything. Thomas Shelby moves slowly. Not because he's lazy, but because he has total control over his time and energy. When he speaks, he does it slowly, letting each word have weight. When he walks, he doesn't run, doesn't hurry his pace, advances with the security of someone who knows the world can wait. When someone asks him a question, he doesn't respond immediately. He takes his time, holds the silence, thinks before speaking. And that deliberate slowness communicates something powerful. I'm not in a hurry. I'm not nervous. I control this situation. Silences don't make me uncomfortable because I don't need to fill them to feel secure. This is one of the biggest mistakes men make in social interactions. They're so afraid of silence that they talk just to talk. Fill every pause with empty words. Respond before thinking. And all of that communicates anxiety, insecurity, need for approval. Powerful men, on the other hand, use silence as a tool. They know that in a negotiation, whoever speaks first loses. They know that in a conversation, pauses create tension, and whoever controls that tension controls the dynamic. That's why, if you want to project real authority, you have to learn to slow down everything. Speak slower, with deliberate pauses between phrases. Walk slower, without hurry, as if every step were a conscious decision. Respond slower. Take 2 seconds before speaking. Let silence exist without trying to fill it desperately. At first, it's going to feel uncomfortable because you're used to the fast, anxious, reactive rhythm. But with practice, that slow rhythm becomes natural, and people start to perceive you as someone who has control, as someone who's not desperate to please or to escape, as someone who simply exists in his own time and expects others to adapt. The fifth rule is strategic facial neutrality. Most men have an expression that communicates too much. They smile nervously when they're uncomfortable, frown when they're confused, raise their eyebrows when they're surprised. Every emotion is written on their face like an open book, and that takes away all their power. Because when people can read your emotions so easily, they can manipulate you, they can predict your reactions, they can use that information against you. Thomas Shelby has what I call the strategist's mask. His face is practically unreadable most of the time. He doesn't smile when something amuses him unless it's strategic to do so. He doesn't frown when something bothers him unless he wants to communicate disapproval. His default expression is neutral, calm, slightly intimidating. It's the face of someone who's thinking all the time, but won't let you know what he's thinking. And that creates a massive psychological advantage. Because when people can't read your face, they become insecure. They start to doubt if you like them, if you agree with them, if they're saying the right thing. And in that insecurity, you gain power. It's not malicious manipulation, it's simply social strategy. Powerful men control the information they communicate, and their face is part of that information. Now, this doesn't mean you should walk through life with a stone face like a robot without emotions. It means your facial expressions should be deliberate, not automatic. Smile when you decide to smile, not because you're nervous. Show disapproval when you decide to show it, not because you lost control. Keep your expression neutral by default, and only change when there's a strategic reason to do so. Practice this in front of the mirror. Observe how your face automatically reacts to different thoughts and emotions. Then practice maintaining that neutrality, even when you feel something strong internally. It's a skill, like any other, and the more you practice it, the more natural it becomes. And when you master this, when your face becomes a controlled mask instead of an open book, people start to treat you differently. They respect you more because they can't manipulate you emotionally. They listen to you more because they don't know if you like them or not, so they work harder to impress you. They see you as someone mysterious, dangerous, powerful, simply because you don't give away your approval or disapproval for free. Now, after understanding these 5 rules, I want you to reflect on something deeper. Body language isn't just a trick to impress people, it's the external manifestation of your internal state. If you walk hunched over, with insecure steps, avoiding eye contact, it's not just that you look weak, it's that you probably feel weak. Your body reflects your mind, and your mind reflects your body. It's a cycle. Men who have lived through difficult situations, who have faced real danger, who have had to develop inner strength to survive, naturally develop that powerful body language. It's not something they act, it's something they are. Thomas Shelby doesn't practice his body language in front of the mirror. It's the natural result of a man who has lived in environments where showing weakness meant death, where emotional control was the difference between success and total failure. But here's the good news. You don't need to live in a war zone or in prison to develop this presence. You can train your body and your mind simultaneously. When you decide to stand straight, walk with purpose, hold the gaze, occupy space, you're not just fooling people into believing you're powerful, you're literally reprogramming your brain to feel more powerful. There are studies that show adopting power postures increases testosterone and reduces cortisol, the stress hormone. Your physiology changes your psychology. So when you start to move like a powerful man, you gradually become a more powerful man. It's a virtuous circle instead of a vicious circle. And this is where most men fail. They think body language is superficial, that what's important is internal confidence and the rest will come on its own. But that's a romantic lie. The truth is that confidence and body language are built together. They reinforce each other. You can't wait to feel secure to start behaving securely. You have to start behaving securely to start feeling secure. It's action first, feeling after. And this is something that men who have gone through extreme situations understand instinctively. In prison, you can't wait to feel brave to stand straight and hold the gaze. You have to do it from day one or they destroy you. In ruthless business, you can't wait to feel powerful to occupy space and speak with authority. You have to project power from the moment you enter the room or they eat you alive. Life forces you to act first and feel later. And the same applies in any context. If you wait to feel confident to start using these principles, you're never going to start. You have to decide to behave like a powerful man today, right now, even if internally you don't feel that way. And with time, repetition, consistency, your internal state will align with your external behavior. Another important thing I want you to understand is that body language isn't universal in the sense that it always means the same thing in all contexts. A man can stand straight and occupy space, but if his eyes are begging for approval, all the power vanishes. He can hold the gaze, but if his voice trembles, the intimidation disappears. That's why it's crucial that you work on all aspects simultaneously. Your posture, your gaze, your voice, your speed, your facial expressions, everything has to be aligned, communicating the same message. Control, power, confidence. When there's incongruence, when one part of you communicates strength but another communicates weakness, people notice it. Maybe not consciously, but they register it at an instinctive level. And that incongruence makes you seem fake, acted, insecure. Thomas Shelby is powerful because every element of his presence is perfectly aligned. His posture, his gaze, his voice, his rhythm, everything communicates the same thing. There are no cracks, no inconsistencies. And that's what makes him so intimidating. You can't find any weak point in his armor, any sign of insecurity you can exploit. He's a solid block of control and determination. And you can build that in yourself, but it requires working on each element separately until they all flow together naturally. And now I want to ask you something. If this content is resonating with you, if you're starting to see how these principles can transform your presence and your life, leave me a like and subscribe to the channel. I'm not going to lie to you saying it's to help the algorithm or so more people see the video. I do it because I want to know there are men out there who are committed to their transformation, who don't just consume content passively, but are willing to apply what they learn. The simple act of giving a like and subscribing is a signal to yourself that this is important, that you're taking your development seriously. It costs nothing, takes 2 seconds, but it makes the difference between being a passive spectator and being someone who's actively building his best version. So do it now, and then let's continue. Because here comes the most important part of all this. Thomas Shelby's body language isn't just a technique to impress people or to get superficial respect. It's the external expression of a deeper life philosophy. It's the result of a man who has decided he's not going to be a victim of circumstances, who's not going to react emotionally to every provocation, who's not going to waste his energy on unnecessary movements or words. It's a man who understands that real power comes from control, and control starts with oneself. You can control your body, your voice, your expressions, your reactions. And when you master that level of self-control, when people see that nothing throws you off balance, that nothing makes you lose your composure, that nothing pushes you to impulsive reactions, they start to respect you at a completely different level. Because they know they can't manipulate you, that they can't predict you, that they can't control you. And in a world where everyone is trying to control everyone, the man who can't be controlled is the most dangerous and the most respected. So my challenge for you is simple. Don't just stay with the theory. Don't consume this content and then go back to behaving exactly the same as before. Take one of these 5 rules, whichever resonates most with you, and consciously apply it for the next 7 days. If it's economy of movement, eliminate all unnecessary gestures and observe how people react differently. If it's sustained eye contact, practice not looking away first in every conversation and feel how the dynamic changes. If it's occupation of space, stand straight, walk with purpose, occupy the place you deserve without asking permission. If it's control of rhythm, speak slower, move slower, respond slower, and observe how anxiety disappears. If it's facial neutrality, practice keeping your expression controlled even when you feel strong emotions internally. Choose one, commit to it for a week, and you'll see tangible results. Then add the second rule, then the third, until they're all a natural part of who you are. Because at the end of the day, becoming a man with real presence, with the kind of body language that communicates power without saying a word, isn't a matter of genetics or luck. It's a decision. It's the decision to stop being reactive and start being strategic. It's the decision to stop seeking approval and start occupying the space you deserve. It's the decision to stop moving and talking like a victim and start behaving like a leader. And that decision is completely in your hands. Nobody's going to give you permission. Nobody's going to tell you it's your turn. Nobody's going to hand you respect on a silver platter. You have to take it. You have to build it. You have to become the type of man who naturally intimidates, who naturally attracts respect, who naturally occupies space with authority. And it starts with your body, with how you move, with how you stand, with how you look at the world. Start today. Start now. And in 6 months when you look back, you won't recognize the man you were before applying these principles.